Welcome back to Free Spirit Tarot. I am Poetry. You are here for your September reading. This is for Capricorn, the zodiac sign of Capricorn. Um, Whatever house that it falls in, this could be for you. But I am looking at the sun sign between December 22nd and January 19th. Capricorn is normally the CEO, the boss of things. They're very driven, persistent, but it could be sometimes materialistic, a little bit reserved, a little bit rigid. They're ambitious, but a little too cautious, overly cautious, I would like to say. They can be very detached. Um, when they shut down, they shut down. But they can be a workaholic when they get into something that they really love. This is the person that I'm dealing with right now, the Capricorn, the boss. I am using my astrology cards to help me with this reading. This is not a natal reading. This is not a horoscope reading. This is simply me using the astrology cards to help me um, help you with what the September month may look like for you. I have two different decks here. I'm going to be using the top deck because I'm trying to rotate the decks, and it's just for the purpose of the video. My first piles here, they're not pick a card piles. These are the planets. These are the houses. These are the aspects. These are the nodes. And this one deck didn't come with the asteroids. This one did. So I'll be using the asteroids for that purpose. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and shuffle them up here, or the best way I can. Mix them up. It's not that many cards. Okay. It's only 12 planets that we use. We use Lilith, the sun, and the moon in this deck, in both of these decks, I believe. Even though those are not actual planets, they do still help shape our self-identity. Okay. So we got Capricorn in Mercury. So Mercury's in Capricorn. We're looking at our communicative styles. Okay. Then this is going to be the house that we're going to be focusing on, where our communication style of the Capricorn is going to be needed. You're going to tap in. Okay. What house? We got in the first house. So how you express yourself is the issue that we're dealing with in the month of September. How people see you, how people view you, how you present yourself to the world, your physical body, your physical image, the way that you feel about life, the philosophies of life, your opinions, your self-awareness, and we're going to be tapping into how you can best present yourself, present your drive, present your persistence, present that you are a competent yet down to earth person. And we're going to do so by using the tools of communication. Okay. By using words, by using thoughts, by using reporting style, using your palate, your throat chakra. Yep, that's what we got here. Okay. So our next little doohickey here is our aspects. These aspects help influence our personality. They help us work through our challenges, and if there's potential that can be seen or shown, that's what these cards are for. We have a square. So what I'm seeing here is that you're struggling with finding your voice right now. You're struggling with presenting yourself in the most effective way. The square card presents challenges to us. It creates tension. It sounds the alarm for when we're not doing the best that we can do. And we are frustrated as hell. You, Capricorn, are frustrated as hell about not being seen as you want to be seen. Maybe you are a YouTuber. Maybe you have a podcast. Maybe you have to do presentations at work. Maybe you're an instructor or a teacher. You run master classes. You're trying to build community in some kind of way, and somehow your true self, your authentic self, is not being expressed properly, that it's hurting you and you feel like it's not working out. You feel disoriented and you're making demands on yourself that you necessarily don't have to make. Now, when we're dealing with the square, against this, there's obstacles that we have. So we try to see what other planet is possibly in our way. Okay. And usually it has the same mutation, whether it's cardinal, whether it's fixed, or whether it's mutable. And it's 90 degrees from our Mercury. It's 90 degrees from our Mercury. Our Mercury is in Capricorn. Mercury appears in the natal chart in two different places. So our 90 degrees from that Mercury. It's mutable. Mutable. The planet that we have. We're coming up with Jupiter and Mercury. Jupiter and Mercury. We have two here. So Jupiter and Mercury. So these are things that are in opposition or in conflict with one another. You're being too generous. Mm. You need to figure out some kind of way. It's really going to rely on faith and luck over trying to go over or go through the analytics. You've been kind of like trying to study the analytics about why this is happening, why that is happening, and comparing them to other people also. And in your case, it's going to take a little bit of luck, a little bit of faith in order to show through. I think you're being a little bit too generous with your information. A little bit too generous with your information. And people are taking your ideas and they're running with it. So when you present yourself, you're seeming like you're the fake. You're seeming like you're the copycat. I got Wednesdays and Thursdays. You need to give yourself a break. You're dealing with Sagittarius, Pisces, Geminis, Virgos. Got everybody coming at you, wanting to take from you. And your message does not seem to be traveling across where you want it to go. People are looking at you through a lens that you haven't made clear yet. You take on the opinions of others too deeply. And you try to shape yourself based off of their thoughts and their opinions. You're giving in the pressures of what other people are doing around you. Trying to do things old traditional ways, and you just can't, because that doesn't work for you. I mean, you're very persistent, so I encourage you to keep going, keep learning, keep being curious about others, but don't let those analytics um, clash with that. Sometimes it's just pure luck that people are having. Um, Got to be a bit more optimistic about the future of what you're thinking or trying to do. There's a gateway that you have not um, opened up yet for yourself. You're fucking badass, though. You are a badass. You're really down to earth. Okay? And it's just how you communicate those things. You get frustrated easy. You got to really work on expressing yourself in a more rigid and disciplined way. You know, persistence is going to be key, and patience. The drive that you have to keep going, being consistent, that being stable, and how you present yourself. It's going to really shine through, and that is going to drive people to you. All right. The Numinous. You are a mystery to people. Okay. But when you start talking about things about the unknown, if you did some shadow work on yourself, when you talk about ghosts and other feelings, people draw to that. Speak about space, just mysteries of the world. People really draw to that. So that's start sharing some of those things about yourself, and that would draw people to you. Your crazy ideas, your theories. Okay, what not necessarily what triggers you, but what intrigues you. Start sharing those aspects of yourself. I'm really seeing this as more of a social media style platform that we're dealing with, especially during this time and age. And if for some reason this looks like a computer to me, yeah, although I know it's not, but that's why I'm really seeing it at. And like I said, you've been trying. You've been really trying. And you may be doing a little bit more than you needed to. Because you're feeling burnt out. But you shouldn't give up. Yeah, you want to be practical about the situation, but you shouldn't get up. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and move on to our Kipper cards to see what in those cards for you. Alrighty, so I read the Kipper cards in German style, which means I look for master cards, and then we go clarify that a little deeper by pulling out an additional card underneath it. If that card is into a master card as well, I think that's what I said. I don't know what M word I used the last time. Then we continuously going until we no longer receive master cards. If we see the coffin card, that just means to stop. No further cards should be pulled after we do the coffin card. It does not mean death. It just means get the heck out of here. Okay. I usually pull in the number 3, I'm trying to still like shuffle and mix. Can't shuffle and mix anymore, so let's go. False person. If it's not a mask card, I'm going to set it to the side. Now turn the cards upside down. Mature man. It's not a mask card. Change. Concern. Sudden wealth is indeed a mask card. Family room. Imprisonment is not. Marriage. Everybody's getting this freaking card. Adjudication. Bad health. Thoughts. Official person. Message. Thief. Gift. Occupation. Let me go back through it. One more game. False person. Mature man. Change. Concerned. Courthouse. Poverty. Community. Message. Thief. Gift. And occupation. So that's it there. So these are our cards here. We got sudden wealth, family room, marriage, adjudication, thoughts, and official person. So your sudden wealth card here basically is just going to enhance all the other cards that's around it. So your family life is going to be improved. Your relationships that you have with others is going to greatly improve. If you're involved in a legal situation, it's going to come out in your favor. But yeah, what am I seeing in relation to what we've already read? Because what we've already read is that there's going to be challenges with you expressing yourself. So with the sudden wealth card, someone within your household is going to help encourage that self-expression. You'll be able to speak out more in your household in regards to that. You've been, for some reason, in like fearful of connecting with another person. That's going to change. That's going to change. It may be somebody that you can go into a long-term commitment with adjudication. I'm seeing marriage here for some of you Capricorns. Maybe coming up for you. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm seeing marriage for some of you Capricorns. But you do got some thoughts about that, whether or not you even want to be married. And it's possible what's going on here. You like whether you want to be married at all. I think so. Somebody's getting married here in the very near future. It's going to be a home wedding, a big wedding. And maybe that's the point in which you need to self-express yourself more. Maybe that's the point that you need to communicate yourself better. Like when I did this reading here, I saw it more on a social media side, but when I get into your Kipper, it just seems like something that's more personal here for whichever Capricorn this is applying to. This is my second reading that I have associated a marriage with. So I'm getting two different messages. I'm getting two different messages here. That's good. That's not anything wrong with that. Like I'm looking at all the ways in which you have family improvement. And I would say, this is like a relationship dissolving if the sudden wealth card wasn't there. But it's going to be made official. If the sudden wealth card wasn't there, then this is a divorce. That's what that would be reading. But because the sudden wealth card is such a positive card, it makes whatever situation over here better. If there is a divorce that's supposed to be happening, or maybe thoughts of a divorce happening, that situation is going to be improved. Maybe there's going to be some forgiveness there. Maybe whatever you thought was going on is not going on, and your family life is going to get better. I don't know if it's going to last for a long time or a little while, and maybe this is the area that you're not expressing yourself fully, but maybe that's what needs to happen. You need to open up and express yourself more fully. Let the person, your partner, your mate, know exactly who the hell you are. Okay? Have some faith that things are going to work out in your favor. Let them know that you're serious about the situation. If that's what I got for you. All right. I want to thank y'all for coming out, Capricorn. You have a good night. See you next month.